Many of you might be noticing that it's that time of year, and whether it's allergies or you're coming down with something, you just start to feel that pressure in your face and in your ears. So, I want to walk through some facial massage techniques that you can use to stimulate some pressure points and really help to alleviate some of that pressure you might be feeling. I like to do this type of facial massage after I've already used like a warm rice pack over my eyes and my sinuses to just warm things up. But we're going to start by putting your finger on the opposite side of the bridge of your nose and just drawing upwards. And think about if you were to do this to your pet, whether that's a dog or a cat, it's not very much pressure you're applying, and you're just kind of following the curvature of the bones there. Just nice, gentle X's over your forehead. Then come in just above the corner of the eye, but below the eyebrow, and you'll feel where those two bones meet a little bit. And you just want to apply a little bit of pressure. You don't even really want to push so deep that you feel the bone underneath. Just really bringing attention to that surface level. And if you can breathe through your nose, continue to breathe through your nose here. If not, you can also breathe through your mouth, but as much through your nose as possible. Now we're going to continue to follow that brow bone. You feel it rise up, and then you'll feel it start to drop down, and it's just inside of that groove that you want to stay with your fingers. And again, really light pressure here. And breathe slow and steady. Now continuing to follow that brow bone around. Come just to the outside of the eyebrows, but just above the outer corner of your eye. And if you want, you can even do little circles here, moving upwards and back. Very gently affecting that surface level. And relax. So now coming down onto the cheekbones, going to feel just below the inner corner of your eye. And when you pull outward just slightly, you should feel a little opening in your sinuses here, hopefully. Again, really breathe into that openness, gentle pressure. And then coming around the apple of your cheek to just the outside edge of it. Slow, deep breaths. And this time moving just up to just between the outer corner of your eye and your temple. And similar to when we were at the bridge of the nose, just apply a little bit of pressure and pull back just slightly. And then two more spots which seem a little silly, but they are effective. One is just below the center of your nose, just between the bottom of your nose and the top of your top lip. Gentle pressure. And then similarly, just below your bottom lip, right at the cleft of your chin. And relax. Now, if you do have some ear pressure, you can also help that fluid move through as well. So coming in just behind your ear with your thumb and kind of grab that cartilage, and with your index finger just inside your ear. And hold that cartilage, and you're going to pull downward, but also kind of rotate your fingers out so your hand comes around. And what that does, that changes the angle of your ear canal and encourages movement of whatever fluid might be there. So this is where you can pull a little bit harder on that, as opposed to the gentle pressure that we applied to the face. Right. And then you're going to come in with your finger, and in that space just behind your jaw, but in front of, I guess that would be where the back of your skull starts to come down and around, you're just going to take your index finger and really gently pull down on that area. Just applying comfortable pressure and following that little valley really between those two bones, and coming down and forward to the neck. All right, and the second side, same thing. We're going to come right in with our thumb behind the ear, grabbing with your index finger, pulling down and a little bit outward. And if you hear something changing in your ear, that's that fluid moving. So stick with that angle. You can move that angle around a little bit. Right. And then similarly, just stroking downward behind the ear and into that space behind the jaw. So for our last exercise, if you have been coughing a lot, and I'm already starting to see this with people in my office, one thing that you want to do is take your hand and anchor it underneath your collarbone. And then on the same side, bring that hand on top. And similarly, light pressure, press down, and then pull downwards towards your opposite armpit. And then turn your head away and pulling it back slowly. And you'll start to feel a pull, usually up that front of your neck right through here. And then even through the front of your ear into your scalp. And kind of play with that angle. Because all of that soft tissue that holds on to those muscles that do those forced breathing motions, they start to get really tight. And this is a really gentle way that you can alleviate that tension. So whenever you're ready, you can come back to the middle. Again, hand on the opposite chest, right under the collarbone. Same hand on top. And turn your head away and tip your head back until you feel that pull of tissue through the area. Try and keep your shoulders back. You don't want to round forward. That really defeats what you're doing here. Breathing into that tissue as it expands. Gentle pull. And this will also help to, again, drain some of that fluid out of your ears. and relax. And that is my sinus and ear routine for this time of year, which really sucks for some of us. So stay well, stay healthy, and carry on.